Slime ball. Yeah, baby. Bomani Jones was asked in the interview what was his response when people throw "What about Chicago" in his face. His response was "F you." Great interview on Dan Levitar's show. Shout out to Bomani Jones. See, you know what, man? Shout out to Bomani Jones. Shout out to RC for throwing that in there, man. I really appreciate the participation, even though Deacon Dale had to act like I'm the only one with an accent. I love that, man. You know, the new black on black crime, since we've defunct as a community, and by and large, educated people have defunct the concept of black on black crime because don't nobody else talk about nobody else on nobody else crime. Crime is a proximity thing. So instead of saying black on black crime, the new black on black crime is what about Chicago? Like Chicago is a 99.9% black city, and everybody who's shooting is in Chicago. Like we did on the backyard a couple of weeks ago. We showed that Chicago is an insanely segregated city. We can tell you who is who in accordance to what street or what zip code you live in, and be like 85-90% accurate. And we show how it was in the Muslim neighborhoods it was shooting, and the rich neighborhoods on the far north side, Roger Park, they were shooting. They were shooting in Humboldt Park. They were shooting in Little Village and so forth and so on. But they just said,
it was another shooting. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was another shooting over on the Gold Coast, man, today.
Exactly. See, the Gold Coast. For those who don't know, we are from Chicago, and for those who don't know, the Gold Coast is where billionaires live. There's a Ferrari dealership, there's a BMW dealership, there's an exotic car dealership in the Gold Coast. You and I both know, and anybody who listens know, it ain't a whole bunch of Crips, Bloods, GDs, White Stores, and any other gangs in those kinds of neighborhoods. Yet, there's still shootings over there. But you don't hear about that on the news, but you will hear about when somebody gets shot on the south side or somebody gets shot on the west side, which is predominantly black. So, back to the point, they've turned what about Chicago to the new black on black crime. Like, again, we the only people living in Chicago. Like, all the white, Latino, and Asian people, the Euro people, the Asian people, and other people from other parts of the world, they don't live in Chicago. And if they do, they just in the house cowering under their beds, hoping they don't get shot.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like they'll put up a post like, I know we getting off sports, but they'll put up a post like 72 people shot. And when you read the article, it's counting like, it's still a large number, but it'd be like 30 people that's black.
Right.
And you'd be like, okay, this number is not adding up. I know I went to Lincoln Park, but still.
Right.
This number is not adding up to 70.
Right.
72. So,
Exactly.
But he told Dan Levitar, fuck you?
No, he said that's what he says to people. Dan Levitar asked him about what about Chicago. He said, I tell those people, fuck you. He basically said he doesn't have time to engage with people who are looking to deflect and look for reasons not to talk about real issues. Shout out to Bomani, man, as usual, man. Shout out to Bomani Jones. I don't think these fake conversationalists who want to engage about the fake issues, they have never been prepared for a Bomani Jones. They don't. You see, they don't ask those kinds of questions to Brian Gumbel. You see, they don't ask to anybody who can, to use Stephen A's term, execute their opinions the way Bomani does. They'll only ask that to the Charles Barkleys, the Stephen A. Smiths, and the Jason Whitlocks of the world, so they can say, see, I don't know why they acting like that, NASA. Deep Midwest, a deep Midwest accent tonight, mixed with Compton and Chicago and some Houston flavor. Hey, you know what, Deacon Dale? You got to get something else. Deacon Dale, I am not from Compton, so by saying I'm from Compton, I'm going to go ahead and get you the
wrong. You're wrong.
Back to the show. But yeah, man, they not ready for Bomani Jones, man. Yes, shout out to RC for injecting the late great Ralph Wiley's name. one of the best books I read was about Ralph Wiley. I can't think of the name. It was an all-black book. Damn, I read that book like 20 years ago. And the reason I bought his book is because I saw him on ESPN. Another dude I like that used to be on ESPN is William C. Roden. He's another brother that they hurried up and got the hell off ESPN because he is not liberal at all. He's gonna speak his mind. It's actually kind of shocking that Chicago's own Mike Wilbon is still on there, but Wilbon does kind of lean slightly towards the establishment. Not as much as they do. Not as much as not even close as much as Whitlock, Smith, and Terry Crews and others.
And Ralph Wiley used to be on the Sports Reporter sometime.
Yep.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Stephen A. is on that we sick ball shit today, defending the NFL on going off on OBJ and saying that he shouldn't play this season. Exactly. See, Stephen A. Smith is always covering carrying Mr. Charlie's water. You know, I have time and time again. I have a different outlook on this now, and I'm not gonna call these guys these names I used to call them, coon, bootlicker, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that anymore. But Stephen A. Smith is really testing my maturity or growth because boy, that dude right there, he will yes a boss his way right into the doghouse with me every chance he get. But I'm still not going to reduce myself to disrespecting that brother, man. I'm trying to be a better person, but he makes it hard.
I agree with what Doug just said. Mike Luca, that thing I used to hate that dude.
First, yeah, Mike Lupica, I didn't like him either. Mike Lupica is the dictionary definition. I think Mike Lupica is really Mike Greenberg's daddy. That's what I think. Because you can clearly see Mike Greenberg and Mike Lupica used to get chased home in New York every year. If they walked home, I doubt if they've ever walked home from school.
But the thing with Stephen A., what I don't understand is he don't have to do that no more, man.
He likes it. He likes it. Sometimes, see, you know what this is the only thing I don't like about being black, what I'm about to say. We get to a point where people in our community feel it's a need to pat white folks on the head and make them feel comfortable for all the atrocities they felt they inflicted upon us. Hey man, I still feel bad about 1983 punching Andrew Howard in the nose for no reason at all. I got to live with it, man. I have to live with that. Sorry. I didn't have to punch Andrew Howard in the nose. I was just being a bully and a sucker. I feel bad. I'm 2 days away from being 50 and I still feel bad about it. I got to carry that water. Andrew Howard was a good dude. He still is a good dude. Still know him. He forgave me. I went to his house. His mom embarrassed the hell out of me. Just, you know, she wasn't disrespectful. She just was talking to me like a parent talks to a young person. And she made me feel horrible. I got to carry that water. But Stephen A. Smith, Terry Crews, and all those dudes, they always got to make white America feel, well, it ain't that bad that y'all stripped us of our identity and created laws that discriminate against us. We passed that now.
It almost seems like now they just trolling.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't think so. I think that they just, again, I'm trying to have growth. But I just think that a lot of our people do that. Like you'll mention, man, Big Illinois got arrested for nothing. And then they'll go, well, see, all we had to do was get in the car and just be quiet, and the police would have left him alone. Boss don't be messing with nobody. And I just think that's who they are. I think, we always find what we did wrong in the atrocity. You have to be the perfect victim. Like the girl. I'm not going to ever say her name on my show. You might say it on your show, but I'm not going to ever say that woman's name on my show. We all know who I'm talking about.
Candace Owens?
Yeah, I asked you not to say it on the show. Look at this dude. But
you know what Candace Owens means, man? I'm not going to say it on your
Thank you. I was hoping you weren't finna slime ball out. But,
she needs some slime balling on there.
man, but it's just like her. George Floyd was this and George Floyd was that. Well, I gotta be the perfect victim to get empathy from the world. And Stephen A. and the rest of those dudes, they make it so you have to be the perfect victim of a crime. If you're not the perfect victim of a crime, you are wrong. You are, George Floyd, had he not robbed a liquor store in 1973, and had he not pushed his girlfriend down to 86, the police wouldn't have been choking him. Right? Really? So, I don't think, I'm telling you, man, our community has it bad trying to make white people feel comfortable amongst us. Nobody else does that. You don't hear Japanese people going, well, those containment camps back in World War II, not so bad. You don't hear the Jews going, well, Hitler, not so bad. But we go, well, we passed that now. That was hundreds of years ago. Hey, that's why. It's utterly amazing that Bomani Jones is still on ESPN, if you ask me. It's utterly amazing. Because after he wore that Caucasian shirt, I thought they would find his ass forever. Jungle Brother mentioned 3 reporters that he thought were busy. Bigots, Mike Lupica, Bob Ryan, and Jay Mariotti. I get Mike Lupica. I just consider Bob Ryan an old man. I don't even consider him a racist. I just consider him an old man. But Jay Mariotti, like RC said, don't even get me started. Don't even get started. I just think, I'm with RC. I think he's just a Boston homer. And by and large, Jungle, like if you start watching Dan Levitar's show or listen to Dan Levitar's show, Jungle, you may change your mind about Bob Ryan, because sometimes Bob Ryan is just a Boston homer. I know he champions Bill Russell a lot. He kicks Boston in the behind for the way they treated Bill Russell. But Jay Mariotti, I wouldn't read my name if he wrote it down.
Yeah, that dude was, he used to write some wild articles when he was writing for the,
Chicago Sun-Times. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And Mike Lupica, again, I just think he got the little man complex. No chicks used to like him. His wife probably ugly. So, he got to make you look bad too.
I can say the league sleeping on the Heat, man. They balling. I think the league sleeping on OKC.
I told y'all, since y'all brought that up, I told y'all weeks ago about the National Basketball Association, and everybody better watch out for them Toronto Raptors. Y'all, I saw in the chat room. I felt the cynical looks y'all gave me in the chat room. Bench warmers and Big Illinois. But who's cynical now?
Hey man, the Heat looking good. OKC looking good. I mean, it's only been 3 or 4 games, but the Spurs are looking good until they lost to the Sixers. Was that last night? But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually been some good, cool games, man. It's actually been worth watching. Because I had stopped watching the NBA for a while.
Another thing. Hey, since we talking basketball, let's move on to it. We only got a few more minutes. We got about 15 minutes left of the show. I'm gonna start with. I'm not gonna go basketball per se. I'm gonna go with a story out of basketball. Buddy, who said Jesus said he didn't think Jesus would be happy with kneeling. Seeing her, obviously he's never read his Bible. He has never read his Bible. Jesus is upset with protest. But
I'm gonna read his exact quote.
Okay, go ahead.
This is what he told the reporter. I believe that Black Lives Matter. A lot went into his decision, and part of it is I thought that kneeling or wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt doesn't go hand in hand with supporting Black lives. So I felt like, just me personally, that I believe is taking on the stance that I do believe that Black Lives Matter. Because to me, as he was saying,